Hi everyone, welcome to Straight from the Divine Tarot. We're Sunday, May 18th, 2025, and I'm here to do a collective read for you. As you know, it's a timeless read. It's for whenever you come across this reading. It could be next week, it could be next year. If you find this at whatever given time, chances are there's a golden nugget in here for you, okay? I don't use the signs, I don't use the genders because it's all energy anyway. So the way to know if this is your reading is by the description of the characters as well as the storyline. So take what applies, toss the rest, don't try to make things fit if it doesn't. If you're not already aware of this, whatever's going to come out in the cards, chances are it's not your read, okay? You should be already aware of it, suspect it, whatever, okay? Don't try to make things fit if it doesn't. Taking on other people's problems and strife is not advisable. I'll bring out the tarot cards. I'll give you the description of the cards as well as what I'm picking up intuitively. You know your story best. It could be all the cards, some, one, and or none. And yes, you can change the genders of the roles as you need to, okay, throughout the read. That's not a problem. Just use your higher wisdom and discernment at all times. Thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful. I love you guys so very much. Let's see what Spirit wants to talk about at this hour. Spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, the white light. What's the message for the collective at this hour? Keeping a promise, overarching energy. It's always important. Bottom of the deck is the underlying energy. I hate nothing about you. I don't know. Somebody made a promise to someone else to do something against you, but they don't hate you. Maybe they're wondering, whoever this is, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I trying to hurt somebody? Why am I trying to bury someone? I just heard someone's very promiscuous. Maybe they claimed you were. Sleeps around a hot free-for-all, sleeps with your man or your woman. Their lives are falling apart, okay? Yeah, the police could be involved. Somebody doesn't want to hear it, okay? You don't want to hear it? I don't know. Somebody was promiscuous. They made you a promise to be committed to you, but if they're sleeping around, if this is the story, obviously they're not giving two shits about your emotions or your feelings, and they don't hate you. There's nothing about you they hate, so why are they going around hurting you? Maybe they're afraid of commitment. That's not an excuse, but I'm just saying that could be one angle. Could be another angle where somebody promised to do something against you, to carry out some bullshit against you, and they hate nothing about you. They're probably sitting there wondering, why the fuck am I doing this? Keeping a promise. Oh, I'm keeping a promise. I promised them. But if you make a promise to hurt others for no reason, you know, and somebody's trying to hold you to a promise, what's that say? It's not altruistic. Somebody wants you to lie for them? I don't know. Keeping a promise. Where are we going with this, please? Gravity. Attraction, magnetic field, potential energy. So somebody could have been harvesting some energy from you or others. Whatever this is, it's grave. It's not kids' play. Whatever they were doing or planning to do against you. Four corners. I just heard four corners. That might have something to do with it. Somebody could be in aviation. Something's flying over somebody's head. You could be attracting right now, or they're trying to attract your attention. It's a collection here. Unique, antique, and sample. Trying to get a sample of your hair, your blood, your DNA. I don't know, something antique. You're a unique person. Could be something to do with antiques. Somebody stole some antiques from you. Somebody's a snake, okay? Lie, poison, fertility. Oh, it's the oldest profession in the world. Somebody might be a prostitute or a gigolo. Or they claimed you were. I don't know. There's lots of lies here. Poisoning the minds of others. Maybe they did try to poison you or someone else. Fertility. Maybe they did something to you if you were pregnant or your partner was pregnant. Or you're very fertile right now. There could be an uninvited guest showing up by surprise. Be careful. Something to do with an accident. They're going to maybe try to bump into you accidentally. Make it look like an accident. There's big changes here. A moment of decision. Somebody's trying to mirror you. Reflection, reference, distinguish an appearance. They could be doing glamour spells, mirror magic. I don't know, scrying. But somebody's definitely trying to be you or impersonate you. Or maybe they're just trying to make themselves look better. Maybe somebody wants to make you look horrible. I don't know. Something about appearances. There's hope here, wish, expect, and desire. Yeah. Somebody's in their shadow. The other side, coexist and reverse side. They're in their shadow, or they're doing stuff in the shadows. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good person. You want, okay, the other one, broken mirror. We'll go that way then. Keeping promise. Keeping a promise, gravity. Maybe somebody went traveling somewhere and they're sworn to secrecy. They're coming towards you. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of different energies, so just bear with me, okay? Keeping a promise, gravity. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Spotlight. Limelight, audience, and self-absorbed. You could be in the spotlight, or this person is, or they want to be. There's a cage on the stage, right? Like bird cage. They try to cage you up or keep you hidden. Maybe they're stealing your work. You could be an artist of some sort. You don't have to be, but that could be something here. Somebody's very self-absorbed. They want the limelight. They want an audience. They're pandering to an audience, okay? Yeah, something to do with dating, new love options back on the market. You could be back on the market here. Or somebody's just a professional escort looking for the best prize. Whoever's got the most money, most clout. They're hitting rock bottom. Somebody's playing in your energy. They were lying about you. They were trying to set you up. Now they're hitting rock bottom. This is karma. Jail, legal issues, life falling apart. That's what they wanted for you, but it's on them now. Yeah, you love yourself too much to ever go down there. Loving you, taking back control, finally being happy. You're finally happy. You got away from whatever this is. Yep, you're an Empress, divine feminine energy. Somebody wants to be you. I just heard that. The Empress, beautiful, sexy, abundant, confident. Now, the person that thinks they can pretend to be an Empress, divine feminine, it could be a male or female, doesn't matter. They think it's all about how you look. It's about having good looks and a good body and being desired sexually and having money and flaunting it. That is not a divine feminine. That's a show-off and a pretender and a manipulator. Somebody that's codependent on everything. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Right? So this doppelganger who's trying to be you, they have it all mixed up in their head. What a divine being does or how they act. Yeah, broken mirrors, addictions, roller coaster, and toxic connection. Somebody's very envious of you. Somebody you were dealing with had a double life, or they claimed you did. Liar, deception, in another relationship. They're playing nothing but mind games with you. They're immature, testing you, analyzing you. So whoever you're dealing with got distracted easily, temptation always busy, kept you waiting, and they wanted to keep you waiting in a cage. So somebody in the equation must have known you are divine feminine energy, and they wanted to put you on a shelf and keep your energy so they can go fuck around and find out. So they can maybe take one of their karmics and turn it into claim their divine being, so they can steal your destiny or your spiritual inheritance, your spiritual gifts, or spiritual favor from the divine. And that's not going to work. Okay? You go sit on that shelf and wait for me. No, I don't think so. Why don't you go back yourself? How about that? Catch me outside. Yeah, this is over. Final. Finality, differences, divorce, breakup, not looking back. You're not looking back. You think they're a fucking joke. Somebody did something too extreme here. Harshness, cutting off, erratic decisions. You cut them off. You cut your energy off. You took it with you. And the minute you left and took your energy with you, everything went tits up for them. This was a huge gamble and they lost here. Taking a risk, poker face, not showing feelings, rolling the dice. You think you're playing games? You're not playing games. You moved on. And you're being protected from whomever this is. Archangel Michael just stepped in. Hello, Archangel Michael. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I love you too. He sends his love. Yeah, love. Unconditional, compassion, genuine union. This person knew that you loved them unconditionally. And they gambled with that love. They just didn't want to grow up. They didn't want to do what's right. They were in their shadow, in their ego. These karmics like to fluff them up, right? Male or female. Oh, you're beautiful. You're handsome. Oh, I want to sleep with you. You know, they think that that's what a real man or woman's all about. You showed them nothing but love. Now there's revenge here. Somebody wants to take revenge out on you. Either it's your past partner or the person they were wound up with, or multiple people they wound up with. Retaliation, plotting payback, punishing and getting even. Magnifying glass, showing proof, validation, confirmation, finding the truth. So the truth's coming out about you and what they've done to you and said about you. They're being scrutinized here. You have nothing but faith on your side. good faith, wishing, praying, and hope. Someone's being observed here, being watched, social media stalking, keeping an eye on you and obsessed with you. This is somebody from your past, most definitely. There is history. It happened, left behind, and looking back. So these people, or this person's constantly looking back at what they lost. You're being protected by spirit. You're surrounded by spirit, protected aura, divine intervention, guardian angel, and shielding. You're being shielded by the side piece. Mistress flirting with others, the other woman in secret hookup. All they want to do is party, 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 having fun, clubbing, risky, fun with friends. What I tell you, they're nothing but a clown. You look at them like they're a joke. Degrading appearances, shame, and humiliation. Now, what they are is a joke. What they've done is serious. They tried to ruin somebody's life, wanting revenge, wanting to be you, they think they could be you better than you. They tried to pass you off as the clown, but no. They're the clown. There's only you here, focused on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one else like you. They want to park where you are. You're anchored here. Hold it together, getting a grip, heaviness, and chained up. So they're chained up with their side pieces. They're going to get some time here. It's been a long time maybe since you've seen them. Needing time. Now is not the time. Time will bring unexpected changes. This was all illusions that they could do this to you. Keeping things inside, not opening up in deception. They want to reconcile. On their terms, though. You're completely done. Okay? No one can be you. You can't be anybody other than you. Why would you want to? These people are just a joke. Let them find out, okay? From what I see, what I'm feeling is you've washed your hands of the whole situation. You're quite happy. You're quite happy you're not back there any longer. Keeping a promise, gravity, spotlight, finality. So this keeping a promise could be on the other side. This could be a higher level soulmate that bailed. Didn't want to do the work. Got lost in their shadow. They made a promise to you on the other side and they can't keep it. And this is a very grave situation here. Okay? This is the finality of this one. The divine stepped in. This is the wrath of God. They could have made a promise to God, to you, whomever, and they didn't produce. So, or they made promises, or they're making promises to their karmics, and well, it's all blowing up in their faces. You told me I could be a divine feminine. And start acting like one. Whole bag. Jealous, envious, lazy, thieving, lying. It's disgusting. Where are we going with this, please, Spirit? Yeah, you're stable and secure. You're minding your own business here. You're ignoring them. You don't need them. They're acting like a victim now. Oh, I want to be that person. Good for you. Keeping a promise, gravity, spotlight, finality. Thank you, Spirit. Can't make it up. Somebody's indecisive, or they were indecisive. They're ignoring. They can't see what's coming. See the water in the background? It's choppy. They know that there's a storm brewing, and they're trying to ignore it. Whatever they did or said, they're trying to ignore it. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's not talk about it right now. I'm just not in a good mood. This is mental conflict. Somebody's in denial, or they're being denied. People are ignoring them or blocking them, or you blocked them. Not talking to them. It is what it is. They're trying to protect themselves. Bore false witness, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Took a huge gamble and lost. This could be perjury. Definitely going around telling lies about you. They're in debt. No new beginnings. Didn't want to take a practical approach. This could be divination abuse as well. They're out of money. This is bad financial news. They're very immature. Can't come correct. Can't make this up. Knight of Pentacles. This is somebody that's unfaithful. Maybe they intercepted your money or your mail. You're unreliable, not dependable. They're irresponsible and immature and lazy. They can't hold you back any longer. Their lies will not hold you back any longer. People are starting to see through the illusions here. You peeped their game a long time ago and you distanced yourself. You detached. They can't bind you. They're out of money. If there's something to do with a contract or fraud, it was non-binding. You're not toxic, you're not karmic. Yeah, that's the truth. Ace of Swords. This is the Archangel Michael's sword of truth cutting through the minutia and the bullshit. They might have been trying to play with your crown chakra, which is a big no-no. This is a breakthrough. Somebody wants to talk to you possibly, but you're going to see through their bullshit, right? You know the truth. You already know the truth. You spoke your truth. They try to sacrifice you. They kept you waiting. They're trying to cause delays and stagnation in your world. It's all been a waste of time. They don't want people knowing the truth, right? They're stuck. They're feeling trapped. They don't want to look at things from a different perspective. They can't overcome something. They are stuck. Somebody's maybe stuck in a same-sex relationship. Maybe it is same-sex. I don't know. Or this is embarrassing and disgraceful. Or they're being exposed. This is not a win. This is not a victory. You've exposed them. You're single, abundant, independent, self-sufficient, stable, and secure. Minding your own business. You could be a business owner. You don't have to be. But you have 9 out of 10 pentacles. You're good on your own. You get your downloads right from God, right from source. In this card, I'm looking at the snail here. So things might have been moving, but it felt like at a snail's pace. It's time to harvest here. You've exposed them just by being you. Minding your own business, growing your empire. You're very mature. You have a new passion, opportunity, new beginnings. You have growth and expansion in your world. You have authority and you're very creative. You're going to be taking action against some people. You have strength and courage here. Resilience. You have integrity, loyalty, and honesty. Could be also somebody wants to get you alone to force you, into bed. Be careful. They're definitely trying to shut you up. She's trying to close the lion's mouth. But you're unafraid. You've got a lot of bravery and courage here. You could put your hand right in the lion's mouth and you're not afraid because you've got God by your side. You have power. You have control. You're in control. They wanted to control you. Yeah, this is heartless and cruel, showing no love or compassion. They were just trying to drain you. This isn't love. This is somebody that just wants to take what they want. They're not happy. There will be no new beginnings. You have no feelings for this person anymore. There's no peace or harmony where they are, or they have no love for whomever they wound up with, this karmic. Their love spells didn't work. If they're doing love spells, they're a hoe bag, or it's not working, that they claim that you were a hoe bag. They wound up with a hoe bag. Somebody's jealous and very forceful and a bully, abusive, hateful, spiteful. So the more tales they told about you, the more people got curious and looked you up. And now the truth is all coming out. This is somebody that cannot create anything except for fucking chaos. There's no protection here. Yeah. They called you a whore, said you were doing magic, or they tried to do magic on you, but you remained emotionally balanced, stable, mature, loving, kind, nurturing, and sweet. You used your intuition here. You might have had financial difficulties at one point, but you got yourself out of poverty and found your confidence. Somebody wants to come back in from out of the cold here. This also could be financial ruin, spiritual jail. They're running out of options, okay? They want to come back in. They want to come back towards you because you're a nurturing kind of person, male or female, place the genders where they belong. I'm picking up for them to come back in from out of the cold. They're going to have to leave their side pieces, right? This is all illusions, by the way. They're running out of options. They don't have a choice. They're a love bomber. They're doing love spells, okay? They're wondering why it's not working. They're running out of viable options here. This is a love bomber. They chase you until they get what they want, and then they're gone. There's no follow-through with their promises. They're wearing a mask. They're very insincere. They just don't want you having love, friendship, or support. They don't want to let go. It doesn't serve. 3 of Wands in reverse. They're non-committal, but yet don't want to be alone. They just wanted you sitting there waiting. No love, no friends, no support. They don't want you moving ahead in life. Ahead of them, possibly. They have no foresight. They can't see. They didn't think this through. Obviously, their plans are falling apart and they're not prepared for it because you're innocent. You have a new beginning. They don't know how you're doing what you're doing. They feel like a fool. You have an exciting new beginning here. You took a leap of faith. You're not afraid. When you're living your life, your best life, you're living with your truth. You're being true to yourself and others. You're following your heart. You know, sure, not everything's going to work out for you, but at the end of the day, you're following your heart. You're going where you're meant to go, with whom you're supposed to be with, if anybody, right? Yeah, this was an injustice. They feel like a fool. They committed some sort of crime against you, or committed some sort of injustice and an imbalance in your world. And it's a Tower moment. They're getting caught up here. Okay? Whatever they were trying to build was built off a false foundation, giving everybody else a false sense of security and false impressions. They might have been trying to play with your crown chakra and they got found out. Maybe they got hit by lightning. I don't know. Thunder. Lightning. Very, very frightening. Everything's falling apart on them. This is the universe taking care of them. They got them by the tail. You know what I'm saying? They're getting kicked out of somewhere or something. They're not going to be happy here. This is a redirect. So the universe is spilling the tea. This is a family or a group. You're happy. They can't stand that. They could have made it nested with somebody else. Maybe they got somebody else pregnant. Maybe they're taking care of somebody else's kids. Yeah. Somebody's assessed the situation. They want to communicate with you. You are very inspirational and very creative. You took a different path than your family, maybe, or somebody you have a family with. There's going to be some communication from family or a group. They got a lot of burdens on their backs, so they try to place burdens on yours. 10 of Wands. You're very responsible. They're going to have to take responsibility, okay? This is getting a little bit too heavy for them to carry. They caused a lot of shit, a lot of problems. And now they're buckling beneath the weight of their bullshit. They're worried. They can't eat or sleep. They're very anxious and very burdened. Maybe having nightmares. Yeah, they're worried. The truth is coming out. They're being exposed. This is illumination. You're happy, healthy, wealthy, wise. Could have something to do with paternity, I don't know, or children. This is trust. This is faith. This is truth. This is the divine, right? They tried to get you to lose your job, or they lost their job, or whatever they tried to do, it's not working. Somebody's not qualified to be a divine being, possibly. If they try to get you to lose your job, well, it's back on them. Yep, you're moving on. You're moving forward in life. They could be on the run, and or somebody could be transitioning. You could be in the middle of a transition, going from the past, going into the future. They could have been tracking you with that snake following that boat. But this could be somebody wanting to meet you in calm waters as well. Or you're just moving on in life. They can't stop you. You're going to a happier place. Could be somebody at a distance as well. 6 of Swords. Where are we going? Yeah. Somebody's on the run. This is not wish fulfillment. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. Maybe that's why they want to meet you in calm waters, to thwart you. Somebody's a drunk, maybe, partying all the time. They're very smug, full of themselves, selfish, and know what it'll show off. Now, this kind of shows me somebody went the wrong way in life. They made the wrong choices. They got demoted. If it was a divine being or a higher level soulmate, they got demoted. This is not wish fulfillment. This is a fall from grace. They don't want you having wish fulfillment. They know, or they're parting ways with their karmics, or this is, you parted ways with them. They're not your wish fulfillment. You don't trust them. You don't see eye to eye. It's a karmic soul tie. Or they've been reduced to karmic status, right? This is embarrassing and disgraceful for them. You hurt their ego or their pride by leaving them, by letting it go so easily. They held a grudge, or maybe their karmic's holding a grudge because they're parting ways with their karmics. I don't know. Somebody's a lying sack of shit, lying, cheating, and or stealing, and or you're the one that got away. Yeah, they wanted you to fight and compete with them, with their side pieces maybe. There's a whole bunch of people involved. 5 of Wands. It's fighting, drama, jealousy, rivalry. Somebody's in their ego, right? King of Pentacles, male or female. This is somebody that's very materialistic, jealous, and lazy. Money motivated, selfish, grimy, I just heard. Okay. A miser. Get rich quick schemes. They go towards whomever's got the most clout, money, most to offer. They're very superficial. They're a bully. If they held any authority, they lost it. Okay. This is somebody that bends to public pressure. It's about their image. They're not willing to change. Okay. Death in reverse. Or they can't take you out. This is no change. They're It's like flogging a dead horse, right? They keep repeating something over and over again. It's getting old. It's a permanent and profound loss and or ending for this person. They were very malicious, ruthless, and careless, male or female. Certainly had no intuition, didn't use it. Maybe this is two people. They're dealing with a karmic with two people, dealing with two men, women, I don't know. Somebody's very malicious, ruthless, and cruel and careless with your emotions, with your life, with other people's lives, I guess. Emotionally manipulative, emotionally unavailable, and immature, self-serving, and self-absorbed. They could be drinking right now. It's a backfire. There's been no communication. They're trying to stop you from moving forward. Something stops suddenly. This is bad news. They're going to lose a home, or they stole a home from you. They wanted you to be homeless. They're non-committal for sure. The party's over. They're going to lose their business and their stability. Yeah, they were doing magic. They were shit-talking you. This was unwise counsel. Now the secrets are coming out. Certainly didn't use their intuition. So they could be with somebody that's doing magic, trying to be you, trying to take your essence, your energy. It's not working. Yeah, it's not working. Somebody could have lost a child, claimed you were doing magic. I don't know. Somebody's very unstable. They wanted you to look unstable. Somebody's having an emotional outburst. They're immature and insincere and very childish. They're not sorry for what they've done. They have no intuition. Could be divination abuse, okay? Yeah, somebody lied. They were jealous. They were vindictive and vile, bitter and spiteful and angry. Right? Male or female. They spread egregious gossip. They're parting ways with the third parties, the cults, covens, secret societies. There will be no reconciling. They spread egregious gossip here. They went to the crossroads possibly. They made their choice. They made the choice to abuse you, to commit some sort of crime. They endangered others if they were doing magic. This was really reckless actions here. And for those who knew about it and just stood by and watched and waited with bated breath to see you lose and or be harmed, they're going to go down too because there's an investigation. They figured, oh, this is going to be easier alone. Yeah, right. They're being investigated. You're shining a light on them. Yeah, somebody's very jealous. Queen of Pentacles. Greedy, materialistic, and self-absorbed. Very selfish. Unmoored. This is somebody that is very manipulative and jealous. I keep hearing jealous. They don't know their value and their worth, and they're lazy. This was a bad investment. They've lost a lot of money. They don't have proof proving that they are who they claim they are. This is a bad investment. They can't go any further. They have to relocate. This was a betrayal. This could be misappropriation of your funds, maybe. They can't harvest from you. They're going towards lack and loss, poverty. This was a betrayal. It could be somebody you know or somebody they were dealing with in the past. I don't know, or they're dealing with now. This is a harsh and painful end for whomever this is. But the worst is over, okay? A new dawn is here. This was fraud, theft. This was unbalanced, unwise, not equally yoked. They can't hold back from you any longer. This is somebody that's insecure and unstable. They have no protection. They're going to have to let this go. They can't hold back anymore. Can't hold back your wish fulfillment. They have to admit that you are in your North Node. You are divinely protected and guided. You're happy, healthy, you're wealthy, you're an inspiration. Your wishes are coming true. You're a star seed. Divine intervention. Yeah, this is your blessing. The divine is blessing you. This is rightfully what's meant for you, okay? This is something tangible. It's a golden opportunity. You were dealing with opportunists. It could be coming out in the open about these opportunists. They might be coming in towards you to offer you something, but you're not interested. 8 of Cups beneath that. Yeah, 5 of Cups. You put your past hurts behind you. They got paid to say you were emotionally or mentally unstable online or tried to make you unstable online. But this is the ending of a cycle. You're divinely protected. Yeah, they tried to attack you. Maybe they're under spiritual attack. They definitely made allegations and accusations that were unfounded against you. They're feeling overwhelmed, defeated. They can't block you if you're online. They're trying to impersonate you. This is forgery of some sort. They felt entitled. They could have been stealing your ideas, your creations, your work. They're combative and argumentative. That's what they want. They could have said you're always fighting and combative and you're a tyrant. You're not. This is them. This is a poser and a player. They're under divine judgment. This is awareness. They have to take accountability for what they've done and said. Their hearts are being weighed here. You made the right judgment call. They have to take accountability. It's radical acceptance. This is a wake-up call. It's spiritual awakening. They want a second chance with you. Yeah, they're getting karma. They're under divine judgment. They're getting karma for involving you in a third-party situation. Or you're going towards, they're trying to stall you going towards your higher level soulmate, which is the King of Wands, or this could be you. A leader, somebody that does the right things, that protects and defends people. Or now they're figuring out they should have been that person and they're not. Okay, they're getting karma for it. Somebody tried to hitch your ride, hijack your wheel of fortune. They're trying to steal your destiny. They're trying to get, cause stagnation in your world, but it only caused stagnation in their own. They're trying to stall something. They know they're getting hit hard, yet ending a third-party situation and collaboration. False contract in the ethers of 3D. They're lazy, don't want to put the work in, disrespectful. They don't have any ability to create anything. They destroy. No inspiration whatsoever. No one's going to help them. They're parting ways, or you parted ways with these karmics. They chose a karmic over a divine being. They can stay there. Lovers in reverse. False contract, one-sided. Now the King of Wands is in reverse. So this is a poser or player. It's a warlock, possibly, potentially. Somebody that doesn't take the noble approach, has no morals, ethics, or honor. They're a follower, not a leader. It's all about their ego, right? And what they look like in front of people. They're really a coward down deep inside. And they bit off more than they can chew. They wound up with the doppelganger. There we go. They're going to have to let go of the doppelganger. You don't care anymore. They can't restrict you. They can't hold you back. You have conscious awareness of what was going on. You're going to be taking action. You're moving forward. You're co-creating with the divine. Your manifestations are here. This is victory. This is overcoming. You leaving them behind. They did something with money or your work or something like that. Somebody's going to jail. This could be the police as well. You're going to be taking action against these people. And you're going to be successful. Whatever actions you choose to take, it will be successful. Okay? They're going to have to bring back balance to a situation, radically accept that you are who you say you are. They cannot take your essence, your energy, your life. God's not going to allow it. You could be dealing with motorcycle clubs. You don't have to. This could be somebody that rides a motorcycle or an e-bike, a Harley Davidson, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you do. It's just a joke, okay? Don't take offense. Yeah, you walked away. You're no longer interested. Bye. This is the Eight of Cups. Wherever you were in the past, it was nothing but broken glass. Nothing in those cups but backwash, right? No emotional fulfillment or happiness. They maybe made you face a lot of hardship, or these people are now having to face a hardship. They're facing the unknown. You're in search of your 9th and 10th cup, which is emotional fulfillment or happiness. You walked away because this person's nothing but a cheater. There you go. In the past. Could have cheated with a family member as well. They want to come back and reconcile. So they're trying to lose somebody. Yeah, this is corruption, abuse of power, abuse of authority. So they went towards somebody that maybe got pregnant, said they were pregnant, but the child maybe, or the children's not theirs. Somebody wants power and control here. They're moping. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They could have been a contender. Yeah, they're stuck with a family they can't pay for, or this is your ancestors keeping them far away from you, and or they could have had this the spiritual inheritance. They could have had a lot with you. But it's over now. It's a 10. Yeah. There's a lot of lies and illusions here. They're in their emotions. They're wondering about you. Curious. Could I go back there now that this person's made it in life? And they're doing very well. They're definitely wearing masks. Wolves in sheep's clothing, I heard. But then you saw the wolf beneath the sheep's clothing for sure. You have a thick skin. There's nothing they can do to rile you, to goad you. You have a high intuition. Yeah, these people, they maybe secretly said that you had addictions and you were crazy, but they're sick and unstable. They went all out. Okay, this is a lot of obsessions, addictions, going to extremes, inappropriate behavior. They're wondering why you don't want to take them back. There will be no reconciling, no conflict resolution. Somebody was very impatient. They wanted to get to the money, to the bag, without having to do the work, no effort. They can't transmute and they can't alchemize whatever spell work they did. This is disaster. You're sleeping soundly here. You've healed. You're at peace. All they can do is watch you. They're contemplating, praying, strategizing maybe. They want to put something to rest with you, but all they can do is watch you, or they're under investigation. You put up some boundaries, okay? You overcame, persevered. They could be trying to write you a message online. They're heartbroken. They broke their own heart, okay? Maybe you're communicating online somehow, some way. It's a lot of emotional wounding here. It was my fault. I was heartbroken. Yeah, right. You could be on a platform where this is the divine. Got him by the tail. You know what I'm saying? You could be dealing with institutions or a marriage. They're heartbroken. Somebody's a narcissist. Doesn't have to be, but it could be a sociopath or psychopath as well. But somebody has no authority, spiritual or otherwise. They lie. They're a user, abuser. They're cold, calculating, and cruel. And they abused you and others. It's all about their image. It's self-serving. It's a liar, pants on fire. You're ignoring them, blocked. They don't know what to do. They're going to claim, if they do get to speak to you, they're going to claim, I didn't know what I wanted. So you waste my time? I don't fucking think so. A storm's brewing behind them, and they're trying to ignore it. So they could be in avoidance right now, trying to ignore something that they did illegally. Or if it's not illegal, then it's civilly. You might be suing the pants off these people. They want you to ignore what they've done. Just overlook it. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I don't think so. They're going to make you a promise potentially, and they're not going to keep it, okay? Or they made a promise to somebody else to come up after you, and they hate nothing about you. Or the karmic hates nothing about you, or however many karmics they have. You've never done anything to these people. In fact, I would wager you've done a lot to help them or try to help them. There's a collection of samples. Maybe they need DNA. They need your hair to do more spell work. I don't know. Could be antiques involved. They stole something from you. You're a very unique person. This could be somebody that collects hearts, collects people as they do like coins or stamps, you know. This is a grave situation. Attraction, magnetic field, and potential energy. They're trying to steal your energy, your essence. Trying to be you. Trying to impersonate you, maybe. I'm picking up fraud, some sort of fraud ID and or money, some sort of monies. So somebody's trying to pass themselves off. So maybe they're going to have to give blood to prove who they are or who they aren't. Or maybe they're going to come knocking on your door, the police. Would you like to give us a sample so we can know who the real Slim Shady is? You know what I mean? You could be in the spotlight, or they want to be in the spotlight. This is grave. Okay. Limelight, audience, and self-absorbed. They wanted to keep you caged up while they went out and dated. New love options and back on the market. Hedged their bets, right? What they did was extreme. They could have been passing around an STD or claimed you did. That could be it too. That's just for a few of you. Whatever they did was extreme. Harshness, cutting off, erratic decisions. Well, you cut me off. You cut the money train off. You know, you took your energy away, so they had no more protection. Oh, well. They should have been a better person, see? It's very faint, but this person's got an umbrella. They wanted to be under your umbrella and let their freak flag fly. I don't think so. It's over. Finality. Differences, divorce, breakup, not looking back. Why would you look back? To that? Why would you look back? Ew. Now, go away. What do you want me to use now, Spirit? Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll use this deck. We haven't used it in a while. House of Night, Wisdom. Where are we going with this, please? How are we ending this read for the collective at this hour, please? What is the final message? Thank you. 15, Devil Energy. Fragment. So their stories are fragmented. Their lives are fragmented. Their mind might be fragmented. It's 15, right? Yeah, people are only getting bits and pieces of the truth. But, you know, if you're smart enough and in tune enough, you can basically put the whole situation together and see what, yeah, this was forbidden what they did. You could be a divine being and they tried to sacrifice you, tried to be you. You know what I'm saying? 18, lots of lies, illusions, magic, deception. That door is closed on them. 13, could have been doing death spells. Wow, this is change. They summoned something ancient. I get it now. So they summoned something ancient to come up after you. How's that work out? They don't like your confidence here. They were confident this would work. I don't think so. 42. So, lovers, you've ascended. You made the right choices. Let's see where this goes. So they conjured something, summoned something, or they might be getting summoned to court, or you will. Okay? Fragment. Family and friends, work, study. Activities can all seem unrelated to each other. My child, you are always whole. Even if at times things feel separate and fragmented, that is only an illusion. Choosing this symbol reminds you that all of the moving parts of your life are important. If the one you're asking about seems confusing, focus on the one that brings you clarity. Be here now and know that I, Nyx, love you and see you as beautiful and whole, regardless of how disconnected things seem. Also, remember to take a step back when you're trying to understand something. You may be looking at only one piece of a giant puzzle, a fragment of the truth. See the big picture through my eyes, and no matter what, all is well. So they could have gotten a lot of people coming up after you. Maybe they tempted, bribed, or blackmailed family, friends, exes, people you work with to come up after you. And you're thinking, why is all of these people coming after me? You know, blah, 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 blah. Well, they're related, okay? You're not going crazy. They're related. They're working together. A solemn promise. Yeah, let's go get them. Forbidden. Not all doorways are meant to be opened. Not all relationships are good for you. Not all love is expressed, and not all desires are realized. Right now, I'm saying no to you. The symbol for forbidden also reminds you that although you may feel pain when someone rejects you, this is one of my ways of protecting you. Rejection is God's protection, right? I may whisper in someone's ear to stay away. It is for the best, even if you don't believe it right now. This is a symbol to move on and choose another path. So I'm really picking up it's for them. Stay away. You might not like the outcome. Summon. How do you communicate with your powers or with me, your goddess? Now's the time to pray, to meditate, to acknowledge the sacred in every experience. Don't take your next step lightly. You have the power to summon your spirit, summon your courage, and summon even me. You are inquiring about something important. Yeah, gravity. Breathe and wait for a sign before you act. Choose another card if you need more understanding of my wisdom for you. So we're going to choose another card. Love, self-love, 10. It's destined. It's fated. It's Wheel of Fortune. I love that for you. Self-love is important. Love of God. He loves us all. Choosing this symbol is a powerful sign that love in all forms is in your life now. There's a responsibility to this also. You must give love freely without conditions and love others because your heart is open. There is something else here to consider. Love can be a confusing force too and can sometimes ask a sacrifice of you. If your heart is aching and feels like it's broken, know that love has a greater love for you later. No matter where you are in life right now, love has come to guide you into an important experience. Trust in love. That's the only force that defies, goes beyond death, that can't die. You know, we break up with people, we lose people, you know, they grow old and they leave. But that love never goes. Yeah, maybe your heart got broken, but just say you divorced somebody. You still have that love in you. It's just you're confused about it now. Like it's not the way it used to be. But you can't turn that love off. The best thing to do with that love, instead of pouring it into other people and sleeping around and in and out of relationships that really don't matter, that aren't good for you, pour it into yourself, okay? You can't go wrong when you do that. Okay, let's get a couple of these and then we'll end it. I'm still got the tail ends of, I'm pretty sure it was bronchitis that I had. Yesterday I did 2 reads and I thought, no, I can't do this. I was sneezing, I was coughing, and it was the same old that came out the day before. So I thought, okay, I'm going to take the day off. Come back tomorrow. But I am feeling better. Thank you for all your well wishes. I love you guys so very much. Thank you. Let's see what Spirit wants to add to this now. Maybe you don't see what's coming. Something beautiful might be coming. Corset. For Aquarius. Held together, boundaries. Keep your boundaries up. Restriction. They were trying to restrict you, or they're being restricted. Prim and proper. Following the rules. Structured. Buttoned up. Perfect posture. Holding it together. Support. Shapeshift. And people pleaser. So at one point you might have been a people pleaser. And that's why they thought, oh, that's going to be an easy one. They're getting squeezed now. 7. This is Gemini. Convertible. Many options. So this could be 47 as well. Many options. Free will. Adjacent possibilities. Choices, flexible, adaptable, potential, change, freedom, enjoyment. Two-faced, going with the wind, alternatives, and preferences. So somebody maybe likes same-sex, and you were in a heterosexual relationship. Maybe they don't care. 66 might have something to do with it as well. If you have a yes or no question, somebody had many options. They wanted to keep you as an option. They wanted to use you, put you last, and their karmics first. And you're a divine being. If you have a yes or no question, 171. Yes, the answer is yes. The situation or event is right on track at this time. 2, Cancer. 12 might have something to do with it. Telephone, connection, communication, conversation, getting through, two-way street, message, vocal, loud and clear, reaching out, notification, throat chakra, inner voice, and rings a bell. So they might be trying to call you. I don't know. Somebody's playing telephone here, repeating stories until it totally doesn't look like the original story, the original lie. It's now a bigger lie. Something to do with rings. 22, you're on path. Could be a crime ring that's involved. Gemini 2. Contracts, agreements, bonds, strong connections, unions, partner, counterpart, lovers, telepathy, like-minded people, committed partner, engaged, interconnected, and soulmate. So you might be going to a higher level soulmate connection, or this was a higher level soulmate and they got demoted, like I said. Something to do with contracts here, whether it's in ethers or in the 3D or both. There was an agreement here. They thought their bond was strong, but it was based on lies. They have a partner, a counterpart here, a lover. And they're trying to reach you through telepathy, maybe. So these people are all interconnected. Could be a couple of exes, couple of friends, family members. All got on this, yeah, grapes, sour grapes, I just heard. Scorpio, no, this is Virgo 8, 28. Abundance, bearing fruit. They wanted to harvest off of you. Harvest, fertility, merriment, prosperity, surplus, fullness, juicy, overindulged, tempting, goodness, plentiful, wealth. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. And that you will enjoy the fruits of your labor while they kept you stuck in a trap. There we go. Taurus 4, 84. Birdcage, possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled. Sing anyway. So you're singing, want freedom without consent. Yeah, this was all done without your consent. Dominion, they wanted dominion over you. Watch, they're being watched. Hostage, they wanted to keep you hostage. Confined, jealous, trapped, and predator. It is what it is. Okay, these people aren't nice. I'll get a couple of the angels on that, and then that's it. What else would you like to say, Spirit? So we have Sabnok. Consider your talents. How can they help you overcome any obstacles in your way? So you obviously have talents and skills and gifts here that help you move beyond this. Aureas. Astrology brings important information. Study your natal chart and the astrology connections with those around you. That could be for you, or they did. They got your info and they tried to study your chart and tried to thwart you that way. Didn't work, did it? Because what's meant for you is always going to be for you. So Elamia, today is a day of discovery. Look out for something new to learn. So always look for something new to learn. But you're going to be, you've been shielded, or they're going to discover just how shielded and protected you are within his feathers. They hid you in plain sight, I just heard. So if they've been looking for you, they don't know where you are. You were right there in plain sight. Omael, have patience. Today your focuses should be production and creation. So whatever it is that you do, create, focus on that. Don't worry about these fools, these clowns are being dealt with. Vipar, resentments festering below the surface can poison your daily life. Let go of those things that no longer serve you. I concur. It's not going to help you at the end of the day. And Amy, divine revelations bring life-changing spiritual illumination. Be mindful of those revelations given by the burning bush. So you're coming into some revelations, or they are. They're finding out you were the wrong one to mess with. And Phoenix, you are arising. Congratulations. This is the moment for rebirth. Do not be bound by your past. Find yourself in the future. Don't stay there. Don't park there. Keep moving forward. I'm so very happy for you and proud of you. I hope you like the reading. Until next time, take care.